Hi loves, Beth here, and it is the full moon in Scorpio, so I'm hopping on Facebook Live like I do every new moon and full moon for a chat about the medicine of this time, what it's all about, as well as we'll get into a guided meditation. And today we're actually going to be working with Kali Ma, the Hindu goddess of creation and destruction. Some of you might be really familiar with her, some of you not so much, but either way we're going to get into it. Hi Karen, welcome. So I wanted to open this discussion first by talking about the medicine of Scorpio. Really, really important, powerful medicine for our earth at this time. My moon happens to be in Scorpio, so this is medicine and energy that I'm familiar with, being born under this sign, and so I'm really excited to talk to you today about some of the really important messages that are coming through. So Scorpio's vibe is all about sex, death, transformation. Scorpio is snake medicine. Scorpio is snake medicine. Scorpio is associated with the deeper, darker aspects of our psyche, with the witch, and with even that like occult energy. And there's a reason for that. So in our society, we are all about the light. Lots of different pathways to the divine that are very popular, you could say, are all about the light, the white, the divine being up and above, and a lot of them are also about the divine being masculine. And so Scorpio brings this energy and this element of the other side of the equation that we as humans are desperately needing and desperately seeking right now. Karen says, hey Beth, I'll listen later in the middle of a few things. Have a great day. Thanks for letting me know. So this medicine is, if you just want to think about it, I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory, a little bit of an idea or a way to get into this. So we have the spirit and we have the soul. We have light and we have dark. We have white and we have black. Let me look at the notes I made earlier. It was sky, earth, masculine, feminine. We have these polarities that exist everywhere that we see on Mother Earth. And so white and that gold and from above is that spirit energy, often associated with masculine energy. But we also have this energy that comes from below, and this energy that comes from our kind of lower chakras in the earth, that is of this black energy. The soil of the earth as you go down is black. It's really nurturing. We have the feminine aspect of the womb. So the womb is black. It's the space of no thing and emptiness, which all things are born from. We have the blood, the red, and that primal essence that's so important to us as humans, and largely it's definitely a part of what makes us human. And so we have that, again, that black, that red energy of the earth. And if you think about it, you'll notice that anytime, religious energy or, societal mindset, is brought up around, we're talking about, okay, black, red, below, lower, all of that is associated with hell, this like made up place that really only exists in our minds. From what I feel, maybe it's a little bit more of a discussion, that could be a whole nother video, but we have this idea that, hell, that's associated with red, black, lower. And we also have this languaging in our culture that, darkness is synonymous with evil or fear. And we also have a lower, that energy, also being associated with fear. Those lower energies, stay clear of the lower energies, or clear out the darkness in your system. We use this in spiritual terminology all of the time, even as we're outside of religion and we've kind of rebelled against religion. We're still constantly using these terms. Dark energies, we gotta clear the dark energies, etc., etc. So what's happening is, a long time ago there was a split, and there was a group of people, or a group of energies, let's say, that decided that they would love to have more control over the earthly population, love more control over the human population. And so there was an actual focused, intention to split our power so that we were cut off from our feminine power, and which would be a key ingredient in being our sovereign selves. So in order to cut off this feminine, beautiful, black, energy that contributes to our sovereign whole selves, there was campaigns against the woman, campaigns against the snake, campaigns against red, campaigns against anything that was to do with really the earth. There was campaigns launched against pagan cultures and societies. There was the story of Eve eating the apple, and the snake and the woman being really to blame in that fruit, which is really the expression of the tree's, ovaries and her juice and her beautiful feminine production of what she's giving to the world, also being demonized as well. And so over the course of the last couple thousand years at least, we have a society that's believed that God is up. God is masculine, God is up, white, gold, that's how we do it. So when we think about, exploring our darkness or exploring our sexuality or our deep connection with our primal essence or the earth, and just letting our, moon blood, trail down our legs and be really juicy in that place, there's a lot of fear around going there. And if you can even just think about how you would feel, visualizing yourself going down a dark tunnel that's full of snakes. There might be a lot of fear that comes up around that, and conditioning that says that's bad, that's evil, that's wrong. And that is, again, totally for a reason. So if you're watching, it's pretty likely that you are a pillar of the divine feminine, that you are a champion, that you came here to be a leader for divine feminine energy rising. And if that's the case, then you need to understand this, and maybe you already do, and definitely on a subconscious level you already do, is that the black and the red are sacred colors to the feminine. And going deeper into exploring what that means for you, and how black and red and the medicine of the snake shows up in your life and what your relationship to is going to be really key for us to come into these whole sovereign beings that we truly are. And I was reading a book, what's it called? It's called the Magdalene Manuscript. Some of you might be familiar with it. And there's this picture in it, and it's a black snake and a golden snake. And so this is a very kind of esoteric manuscript that's channeled from Mary Magdalene. And this black snake and this gold snake were sacred sacred symbols, but more than symbols, sacred energies that live within us, that in the mystery schools they taught. And in the mystery schools that taught about sacred sexuality, the snakes that we have in our beings were well known. And so we have the black snake with that little bit of red, and then we have the gold snake with the droplets of white merging with each other and to create this union. And so if you want to think about that as what we just talked about, now we're only really honoring that white snake, and we're completely topsy-turvy. So we need the black snake. We need to explore sex, death, transformation. We need to open up to the blackness of the soil. We need to open up to the grounding into Mother Earth is a very important and necessary part of connecting with our true selves. And when you connect, and we're going to get into a guided meditation really shortly here with the snake medicine and all of this kind of energy, it will teach you and it will show you in what ways that you need to honor that energy in your own life. If you're scared of your own sexuality and exploring what's happening, Dylan says, hey ladies, hi. Again, if you're scared of your own sexuality and exploring and going there, or Natalia says, love you, thank you. Or if you are, constantly using these terms, darkness being associated with evil or fear, the snake medicine might check you on that and guide you to, come into a dark night and really receive the energy of that. The medicine of the snake and the blackness is also going to teach about the womb space, the energy of no thing, where all things emerge from. We are all birthed from the womb of the divine, the black space of the divine. So it's absolutely integral that our culture begins the healing process of honoring that black is sacred, that darkness is sacred, and that fearful, chaotic, out of alignment energy is something different, and we need to start using different languaging. And until we actually get this as a culture, until we start to separate this idea of fear and chaotic energy with darkness and blackness and going down, we're not going to get very far. I feel. Danielle says, beautiful talk. Thank you, Beth. Thank you. So I would invite you to have a little bit of homework to check yourself every time, because a lot of you watching are spiritual teachers in your own way. And when you go about and you talk about some of the fearful energies that are happening inside of yourself or that you see in the world, I want you to check yourself. And every time you use the word dark, when you might actually mean fearful or chaotic or out of alignment, I want you to change your wording. And even if in that moment you can actually check yourself and you already said dark, and you can say, wait, sorry, I actually mean fearful, because darkness is sacred. This is going to help this evolution and this revolution of the divine feminine rising and the medicine of the snake and the medicine of the darkness reclaiming its sacred essence on the planet, which is so deeply important for all of us to reclaim, because it's where we're going to find our wholeness kind of returning and emerging. Okay, Dylan says, wow, hey, greetings, ladies. Lots of energy. Impressive. Okay. Thank you. So we're going to get into a guided meditation now with the snake and with Kali Ma. And this is just going to help us to really activate that part of ourselves that does indeed honor the blackness, honor the depth, honor our sexuality, honor the rawness, honor where things are a little juicier and primal. Okay, so as you close your eyes with me, or please close your eyes with me, I should say, I want you to start to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or in a better way that works for you. And I want you to see yourself outside under a starlit night with the full moon in the sky, and you're standing right before a cave. And this cave has watery energy. You can hear the water lapping up against the walls of the cave. And just feeling the earth below your feet. Really notice how you feel in this place of darkness. And I want you to slowly enter into this cave, seeing yourself and your feet descend in the water one by one, little by little, step by step, as you go deeper and deeper into this watery blackness. And as you descend, you have this energy of calm that surrounds you. You actually feel the sense of safety, just like you did when you were in your mother's womb. And you feel safe to emerge right into the water, and you discover pretty quickly that you can actually breathe underwater. And as you breathe under this water in this cave, start to swim through a tunnel now that you see emerging before your eyes. And the moonlight is still trickling in through the water at different openings in the cave. And you can just swim through this tunnel until you get to this deep, hidden chamber, and swim down, 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 down until you reach this deep inner chamber. And as you emerge into this chamber, the water subsides and you can walk on this land that is deep within this cave. And as you look around you, you see snakes writhing around the perimeter of this cave, and a beautiful and simultaneously ugly woman appears before you with black and red and dark blue, just bathed in those colors, and her third eye is activated with another eye over top of it, a physical eye over her third eye, and you recognize her instantly as Kali Ma, the mother of compassion, the black mother, the Hindu goddess of creation and destruction. And as you meet her, I want you to bow before her in reverence and come up and meet her as your equal, as this bow is a simple act of honoring, and ask her, Kali Ma, where am I out of alignment? How have I turned my back on my deeper inner knowing and allowed societal expectations to determine the flow of my life? And as these snakes writhe around you and you feel Kali Ma before you, start to feel your empowerment. Start to breathe more deeply and transmute any fear that might be coming up into empowerment and a remembrance of your sacred serpentine power within. And anywhere where you are scared or fearful of honoring the snake as powerful medicine, I want you to allow Kali Ma to gently but powerfully touch those places inside of you. If you are ready to do this, mentally say, yes, we are not playing around here. This is real energy that will impact your life. So please only agree to it and continue in this meditation if you are willing for Kali Ma to enter your life and shake things up so you can realize your true divine nature and how it lives within the black and within the white. So allowing Kali Ma, if you are ready and still with us, to touch you in any places where you feel fear. And as you breathe her in, you realize that incredible amounts of compassion and love are moving through your being. You hear her transmit through you. Hello, beloved. I am deeply misunderstood, but I come before you as the mother of all compassion. I am here to show you where you have chosen fear, where indeed you might have meant to choose love on a deeper level. I come to slice any cords of attachment that you have to fear or illusion. And this is where I get my reputation from, because I cut away the fear. But I always return you back to unconditional love because you are unconditionally worthy of being loved. You feel from Kali anywhere that you might regret, you have regrets in your past, or you feel like you messed up. You feel all these places inside of you, and Kali touches them with compassion and says, no, beloved, you have never wronged in my eyes. Please come back to knowing your inherent innocence. Please come back to knowing the innocent power of the snake as it lives inside of you. Are you ready to welcome black and white into your life as powerful and sacred essences? Are you prepared to go deeper into your own sexuality? Are you prepared to go deeper into your own rooting and connection with Mother Earth? Are you prepared to challenge those who still live in fear? Are you prepared to challenge them with unconditional love as we are shown the way back home? If you agree to this, say yes now, and Kali Ma will be with you for your coming days, guiding you to a deeper experience of your true self. And with the full moon in Scorpio shining above us, I want you to just breathe in some moonlight from her now, the full moon in Scorpio, as Kali guides you to just have a visualization, a beautiful visualization of two of these snakes that are in this cave with you now. One snake is a black snake that comes before you. And just gently release any fear as you open up to this being a part of your true self. And a white golden snake appears before you. And you are asked, are you ready to breathe these into your body now? They're already there. Are you prepared to wake them up? And if you are ready, breathe these snakes into your body, into your root chakra, and allow the golden snake and the black snake to travel up your spine, writhing and moving just as snakes do in that beautiful serpentine fashion, all the way up your spine, activating your 7 main chakras and beyond, and meeting their heads up and around your third eye, opening your crown above you. Now allow these snakes to open the crown above you, the crown of your head. And on the inhale, breathe them back down your spine, allowing these snakes to open portals to a deeper awareness of your sacred truth, of your sacred wholeness. Asking these snakes to show you wherever you have the opportunity to open to more love, more alignment, and more truth. Asking Kali Ma to guide you and to guide all of us to embodying that sacred truth and that sacred wholeness. Right now, be aware of any fear that you have in your system that might say, this is wrong. This is bad. I shouldn't be welcoming snakes into my system. Snakes are evil. What would the church think? What would my mom think? Should I just turn this off and go back to the whiteness and just get into this virginal state of divinity that I've been taught? Be aware of those voices and be aware. What is real? What is true? What is the real essence of these snakes? Have a direct communication and connection with them. And allow yourself and these snakes now to just come back right into your root chakra and hang out there. And you can play with these snakes and allow them to move through you whenever you feel called. Now feel these snakes move down through your legs, connecting you to the floor beneath you, to the earth beneath you. And asking Kali Ma and Mother Earth to ground you deeply into the sacred heart of Mother Earth. And thank Kali Ma and Mother Earth and these snakes for opening you to a deeper experience of your own sexuality, your own sexual nature, and your own sacred darkness, your own sacred emptiness that connects you to all things and connects you to all possibilities. Breathing some red light from the core of Mother Earth into your being now. Allow yourself to release gently this visualization as you travel through the center of the earth and come back into your body with Kali Ma and the snake still with you. Beautiful. And as you wiggle your toes and you open your eyes, come back into this space. And I would definitely, like I said in that meditation, just notice any resistance that you have to actually receiving the energy and the medicine of the snake. Because the energy and the medicine of the snake is more than a symbolic representation, but let's just put it that way for now, a symbolic representation of your Kundalini life force. And this is essential energy that when activated is going to propel you into the potential of who you really are. So again, I would encourage you, as most of you are watching, are going to be pillars and channels and leaders for the Divine Feminine rising in our consciousness, that I would invite you to, if that's the case, really honor your connection to snake medicine, to the medicine of Scorpio, and to the sacred energy of darkness, and start to explore that with the sacred element of the white and the gold, because they're lovers. They're in love with each other night and day. If you think about night and day, the light and the dark meeting each other, what happens? You have the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets with the most beautiful fiery colors you could imagine. One of the most beautiful things about being human is being able to watch a sunrise or a sunset, right? So the light and the dark are in love with each other. They're not at war like we've been conditioned to believe. So as you explore your blackness, you can explore your whiteness. As you explore the feminine, you can explore the masculine. As you explore the deepest depths of your soul, you can explore the transcendental nature of your spirit. And this is what's going to lead us into that sacred energy of union and of sovereignty, which means that we are whole and complete within and of ourselves. So with that, my dears, I will leave you and have a beautiful full moon in Scorpio. So much love to all of you who are joining us live or on replay. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. Maybe you can share a little bit about your experience. Maybe you loved the snake. Maybe you had some fear around it. Maybe you have some thoughts about your sexuality. Whatever is coming forth, would love to hear. And again, so much love to you. Have a beautiful day and have fun celebrating the full moon in whatever way feels right for you.